I want a pair of Crocs, not gonna lie. If anybody fancies sending me a pair of Crocs for my birthday, I'm down. That offer still stands, people. If you want to drop me a pair of Crocs, slide in the DMs and I will let you know where I live. All right, it's that simple. Just a pair of Crocs. Apparently they're super comfy. I'm more than happy to try them out. Anyway, jumping into this raid, people, we are here with the sole purpose of killing the stupid idiot with the big helmet. But we get ping at 39:37, which means there is no killer. So we decide, you know what, let's just push for some PvP. PvP on interchange has been pretty crazy recently, not gonna lie. I'm running a duo here with a long-term friend of mine called Papa Prones. He was an absolute demon back in the day before all these inertia patches and whatnot. And now he's came back and he's absolute trash. But anyway, moving on. We hear some shots over in Ollie. And immediately I hear like sort of footsteps on the escalator to my left. And obviously this is a crazy, crazy high traffic area. You've got Rasmussen that we've just ran through. We have the tech store to my right. And then we have the tech store upstairs as well. I end up hearing a guy on the escalator. Here, this guy come running and jumping. It's quite a tough angle to try and take a shot. And he actually gets picked off by a guy on the escalator with an M1A. Running and jumping. And then, yeah, that guy dies. Don't worry about him. Anyway, we ping that dude. We pick up a nice little headshot. And I actually, like, we keep hearing these dudes on the escalators. And we're thinking, are they going to push up? Or are they just going to sit on the esky? Obviously, if I try and go for a crazy right-hand swing on these guys, they are going to be able to probably just pick me off. They're only going to be able their head, like, peeking over the slight tip of the escalator. And I'm thinking, right, what's the best way to do this? We try and get some nades down. Absolute wonderful nade here. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyway, I'm throwing nades down there just to see if I can still hear some movement, see if I hear them run back or push certain ways. And obviously, after I try and throw another nade, which fails as well, I decide, you know what, let's just do the whole run and free look, which we've spoken about in every single video, guys. The free look, I abuse it all the time. It is something that you have to do. Run across certain areas, look to the side, see if you pick up any information, and then and move from there. So immediately here, I run over. I hate boring you guys with me actually looting, so I skip this. But as I'm looting him, I actually hear stuff behind me, immediately on wood. So this is where learning all the footsteps of the different materials and stuff on the map really helps out. I hear wood. He's pretty much guaranteed to be in Rasmussen. As I jump across, we're using the free look again. And it's just a little scabby boy. So we one-tap him. Anyway, we dive on this body over here. And this is obviously the guy that I'd killed. And whilst I was looting him, I ended up hearing more stuff just walking and running around. And what I'm thinking is maybe the guy that was on the previous escalator next to furniture has wrapped around underneath in the underground. And he's going to try and push up that escalator there, which is kind of like in front of me behind that big block. Again, this is some map knowledge, things that you'll learn the more that you play the game. And I'm thinking, right, what's the best way to get to this dude? My teammate has just announced to me that he's tagged the guy. He's hit him with a couple of shots. The guy's now probably going to go heal somewhere. He's going to try and sit in a corner or something to try and get some HP back. And I'm thinking, right, you know what? Let's just wrap around on this guy. So instead of pushing down an esky where he's expecting us, let's kind of abuse the audio. And it sounds really bad, but the way that Escape from Tarkov is, the audio sucks. Let's be real, guys. It's not great. But if you know what you're doing, you're able to abuse it. So I know this guy's not going to be able to hear me if I'm running around and jumping up here. I go to push. So the first thing you'll see me do again is I drop my bag. I have this key bound to a single tap of a button on my keyboard so that I can drop my bag. The reason I drop my bag is just to lower the amount of weight that I'm carrying, which enables me to move even faster as a PMC, which is just what you want in gunfights. It drains your stamina slower. So that's better, and yeah, you can just move a little bit quicker. So you'll see here, I threw a nade, and then I pushed straight off the left-hand side of that ramp. In case he decides to get shots on me, I can run straight underneath the ramp. I'm throwing nades over towards his last known position, and then as soon as I peek this corner, again, right-hand lean. As always, I spot him, right-hand lean, get the spray, and we pick up the kill. Beautiful. Now, this is some pretty cool teamwork. I'm going to let you guys, like, hear what me and Prones are saying here.
There's definitely the guy that I was shooting at. I'm pushing on the eskies.
So you'll see the way that we actually cleared that area there is I said to him, and although he did kind of talk over me at the time, obviously I'll be able to hear him and he'll be able to hear me in the moment. And I said I'll push the left side, he'll push the right. And that way it saves us both going in one way and then getting shot in the back. It covers each other. So yes, we may end up trading. Like I might have ended up dying to a guy sitting in the corner, but then at least it gives my teammate information and things. And that's why running duos in this game can be very, very beneficial. Running solos makes things a lot tougher. Immediately as I looted that guy, I realized, right, that's the M1A dude that had killed the previous guy at the very start of the raid. And that way you figure out, you piece the puzzle together, and you know who's killing who, and you know that you've cleared that particular area. So here we then progressed over towards the Goshan area, and my teammates killed a guy. And as I run across here, we do what we do all the time. We use the free look, and we spot this dude. I'm spraying through the tent, and I know... I don't know how, but again, it's a bit of sort of game knowledge from the time that you've played in the game. The left-hand swing wasn't the greatest idea, but after his initial shots on me and the fact that he was sitting in that tent, I just felt confident that I was going to pick up the kill there. I just felt that maybe he wasn't a very high, like, class player. Could be wrong, but yeah, the fact that I ran across, he completely missed all of his shots, gave me the opportunity to push across and get that left-hand peek. So... here, we've looted up, we've moved over towards the center of the map, we're still hearing gunshots here, there, and everywhere, and I actually get shot from above there. So you'll see immediately what I do is I start jumping to make myself a harder target to hit. That is the benefit of having max endurance in the game, because even when I get shot, it doesn't drain my endurance too much. And I'm straight around in Mantis, and there is another guy sat in a corner. Like, come on, man. Like, the way that Tarkov is gone right now is people are genuinely terrified to move. And you think of the kills that I picked up in this game so far. So we've killed 4 players at this point. The first guy was jumping across at the start of the raid. Yep, cool. He's trying to push in towards the hotspot. The second guy was crouched in the underground, probably healing, but crouched down in a dark corner. The third guy was sat in that tent, the army tent, and yes, he took some shots at me, missed, and I picked up the kill. And the fourth guy just then was sat in a corner in Mantis. And this is one of the things that people are saying with the PvP right now in Tarkov, guys. Like, people just aren't moving. They're more than happy to sit still. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's taken away from the adrenaline rush that you get from PvP. But you'll see here, obviously that guy that had shot me from above, I'm still a bit concerned about him. I'm still running, jumping. I'm looking at the floor there. And the reason you do that is it actually makes it harder to hit your head. If you're in a helmet and someone shoots you in the head when you're doing that, it's more than likely going to hit your helmet instead of hitting you in the face. Because obviously you're looking down, right? It's just something I've done for a long time. Running, jumping. I was making sure that I was positioning my body behind like the bunkers and the blocks and the boxes and things like that, just to make it harder for the guy to hit me. And like I say, yeah, it's just basically about like thinking, if I was trying to shoot somebody, what's going to make it harder for me to hit them? Jumping, running, side to side, hiding behind certain objects. So that's all I do back. So right now, I've pushed up, I checked around up top, I couldn't find the dude, I came back down, and as I come back down, I actually end up hearing some footsteps to my right just here.
There's somewhere out front, but I'm not sure.
So after hearing these footsteps, I'm thinking it could be a player scav. We're quite late in the raid at this point. And then I realized immediately that's a player. So it is it's time to focus up again. And this is a pretty cool thing. You'll see there. So I had kind of like the left. I was leaning to the left and I'm out in the open. And immediately, just purely out of habit, I strafe over to the left, get behind this concrete block. And I'm now right-hand leaning. And I'm shooting through the tarp because I can see his toes. I can smell them toes. So we're just shooting through the tarp. Hopefully we're going to pick up the kill. We don't, but I know that I've hit this dude, so he's now weak. So right here again, I've gone for like kind of a left-hand lean, but I'm still kind of using this as a little bit of cover. But the main thing is that I've actually repositioned from my last known. I used the grenade explosion as masking my audio. I'm now looking through this tiny little gap, and this is where you need to get your keybinds fixed up, people. You need to make sure that you're able to do this slow lean as well as the full lean. I can move in and out ever so slightly and make sure that I can find these tiny little angles. So I'm trying these underarm grenades here, just so that I can try and push up and keep changing the angle. So again, I've pushed up. I've now got the right hand peak, but I know if I swing this dude, I have a left hand swing. Unless I was to wrap all the way around behind Trent and come from the other side, I only ever have a left hand swing on this dude. So I pull out a grenade. I'd say to people to never do this, because as I do the next nade, he decides, right, I'm pushing here. And I nearly die because I've got a grenade out and he's pushed me during the explosion, but he misses all of his shots and gets dinked in the face. So it is what it is. He had the upper hand, but if you notice on that little strafe there, I just continually went round the right-hand side. I kept going to the right. Not once did I go back to the left. As soon as I go to the left, I expose more of my body and make it easier to hit me. But it is now time to dine in Valhalla, people. We move into the Viking shop after wiping out 5 people. My teammate has killed 4 people. We are pretty much lobby wiped. I'm in Viking. And there's a dude sat behind the counter. What a surprise. Anyway, people, if you've enjoyed the video, please like, comment, sub. That would be absolutely fantastic. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.